It's brunch time. Crunch time. Listen, we're going to the beach today and we're going to be picking up trash. And I'm so excited because the beach is disgusting and it would be nice to drive by there and not see trash everywhere. So I was going to go to the park and I was going to shower. I've been busy answering emails. And I said, why was I going to go wash my ass when I'm going to clean up trash? That's so me, though. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. Yeah. I was going to go shower to pick up trash. The best thing to do is to pick up trash and then shower, because I don't have to spend double the money if I do it that way. Because if I shower first and then I pick up trash and then I have to go back to shower, then I'm going to have to spend $10. And I broke 2 nails. I'm so upset. We got to cut these before we start picking up trash anyways. So I broke 2 nails. Hey, y'all. We're going to pick up my family off the ground. We got to get trash bags and gloves. We're just going to go to the Dollar Tree. They got a trash can on site. I got a pickup truck. If it's something big, I'll put it on the truck and we'll take it to the trash. Like, I ain't got $25 to be spending on contractor bags. They were $30 at Lowe's. And this is a charity event. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a whole charity case myself. I'm a whole piece of trash that needs to go find a dumpster. I am a raccoon without a home. Like, it's so true, though. Oh, God. It's so true, y'all. So, first of all, I want to go off a little off topic. Karen Reed, do y'all remember me telling you about the woman that was accused of running her boyfriend over after a long night of partying? Her name is Karen Reed. Her and her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. I think they're from the Boston, Massachusetts area. I could be wrong. They went out partying. He's a cop. I don't remember what exactly she does, but she did something pretty cool because she's very intellectually inclined. The woman is smart. She done her first TV interview, I do believe, yesterday. You got to hear Karen herself speak. Chill bumps. Chill bumps. So, Karen decides to do this live TV interview, and what really struck me was how articulate this woman was. The media has bashed this woman to the point that I think a lot of people think she's just some dumb woman. Not that Karen. That's not a typical Karen. Let me tell you, the police done effed around with the wrong Karen, and they about to find out because Karen Reed, okay, let me start from the start. Karen, her boyfriend John, and one of his police buddies. John worked for the police department. That was Karen's boy. His friend, who was also an officer at the police department, they all went out drinking. They went out for a night on the town. They were all drinking, party, socializing. Karen, at some point, John O'Keefe's partner goes back to his home. John and Karen are still at the bar. John wants to go hang out with his friend, who's also a police officer. So Karen says, I'll drive you over there. Karen drives John there, and when she gets to the house, she proceeds to back in to the parking lot to drop John off. Now, there is feet upon feet upon feet of snow in this drive, and at some point, Karen leaves, she drops John off, and the next morning, she comes back to... I'm literally getting chill bumps because as I'm saying this, I'm envisioning being this woman. She comes back to pick her boyfriend up, and she finds the son of a bitch dead in snow. They proceed to arrest Karen, say that she intentionally run over John O'Keefe. She mowed him over in a fit of rage. You know. Well, lo and behold, Karen goes on trial. They are going to prosecute her for John O'Keefe's murder, even though there is contradicting evidence to the entire case. I mean, it's mind-blowing. And now we're going through a second trial because the first trial ended in a mistrial. And now she's going through her second trial. Okay? Now I'm finding out from true crime and law that there was so much evidence that the defense had, but it was suppressed because of the police department. Then we find out that some of these police officers that knew John talked poorly about Karen and actually hated her guts. Some of the messages that have been revealed from the Karen Reed case through testimony, these officers had to get on the stand and read their old text messages to John O'Keefe and other officers. And the way that they talked about Karen Reed is disgusting. They called her every name in the book. Listen, John's body is found in the snow. Karen is sent to trial. The first trial ends in a mistrial. And now Karen Reed is now going through her second trial. And now all of this evidence is coming to light. And we find out that John, in fact, allegedly, through an expert, he had actually been attacked by a dog. Now, if you remember the case when we talked about it, I think last year, that friend that Karen was dropping off to, that friend actually had a canine dog because he's a police officer too. So there was this theory that John actually died in the home, and that is my belief. I think and his friend got into an argument. I think that they probably started a physical altercation. I think that the dog jumped in trying to protect his owner, which was the other officer. And, John's body, his autopsy photo shows it appears to be dog scratches and or bites, And they suppressed this evidence in the first trial. They wouldn't let the expert testify that it was, in fact, dog bites and or dog scratches. And so that changes everything. If she mowed him down in the yard when she dropped him off, if she intentionally mowed him down, then how did he get the dog scratches? That means he never went in the house. There was a wrench in the entire prosecution's case. This testimony from this expert. She's a dog bite scratch expert. And that's what she does. So Karen Reed is going through the second trial. But it's not just that, y'all. There's videos that have been cut, and if you've been here for a while, you know that I've been in this exact situation with law enforcement when I was in prison. They actually tried, while I was in prison, I was in a fight with a girl, and there was some correctional officers that favored this other girl who actually started the fight, and there was video of this. They favored this girl, and they were trying to protect this girl because she was a lifer, and there's also some race stuff entwined in this, but whatever. These officers, when this fight between me and this girl in prison happened, and she got her ass, her mama, her prison mama, who was a correctionals officer, it's not her biological mama, but in there, they consider some of the officers like family and shit. Like, first of all, that's against the law, but whatever. Her prison mama cut the tape of the fight to make it look like I actually started the fight. So I've actually been through what Karen's been through when it comes to police edited. That's really it's kind of like, it's not the destruction of evidence, but it's the twisting of evidence. So anyways, there is footage of Karen Reed's car after John O'Keefe. So they fight. Karen pulls up the next morning. She finds her boyfriend dead in the snow. She calls the emergency. She calls the 911. 911 gets there, and she's so confused. She doesn't understand what's going on. They were drinking the night before. She's probably hungover. She's discombobulated, and she just found the love of her life dead in the snow. Like, they loved each other. You can tell that they had, that their relationship was genuine. And she made some misleading statements. She said, "Oh God, did I hit him?" Because he dropped him off, and she didn't know what happened. She didn't know if she had accidentally backed into him when he got out the car or something. She's just brainstorming out loud, This is some shit that would happen to me because I talk to myself, you know what I mean? And I to answer questions, and that's actually a good thing to do. Anyways, but this is some shit that would happen to me. I would get out and be like, oh my God, did I do that? Oh my God, what if I hit him last night when I was leaving? Oh my God. That alone is enough to get you charged with murder, bitch. You did it intentionally. They gonna swear y'all was arguing. They gonna swear you fucking put it in reverse, gassed it, and nailed his ass. That's enough to make you go to prison for something you didn't do. The acknowledgement of, could I done this aloud? How scary. So anyways, in my opinion, she dropped him off and him, their officer got in a fight. And that's where the dog marks come from. It would have been from out of the house. The only way that he could have had those marks from a canine would have been inside of that house. So the prosecution's case is blowing up in the case, first of all. Second of all, something that's very interesting is how these officers, I wanted to point this out. They could not get her during that first trial. Karen Reed's first trial, it ended in a mistrial. Let me tell you something about law enforcement when they don't get the outcome that they want in a criminal case. It makes them go for blood, and they're willing to do it and everything, even falsify evidence, twist witness statements, hell, find whole new fucking witnesses to make a new eyewitness statement. I'm telling you right now, they want her to go to jail so bad because they are pissed that their story is blowing up in her face, in their face. They are out for her blood simply because she was able to defend herself during the trial. Psychologically speaking, these people that have power, when they get their way, and I'm talking about law enforcement, social workers, the government, when the politicians, when they don't get their way, they dig their toes 10 toes down deeper into the sand and they go for blood. And they will go for round 2, round 4, round 5 until they finally get your ass on something. Karen Reed needs to be left. She did not kill her boyfriend, in my opinion. She had no reason to. She loved the man. And actually, factually, she's devastated. This poor woman, I'm getting chill bumps. This poor woman ain't even been able to grieve the death of the man of her life. She been over here fighting tooth and nail just to stay out of fucking jail. But something I noticed, how those officers got on the stand. So this was just released, I think, yesterday or Friday. One of John O'Keefe's fellow officers got on the stand, and that defense attorney, so good. This was a smooth move. That defense attorney pulled out all of the old text messages that all of these officers had been group chatting about Karen Reed and talking poorly about her, and made him read them in the little stand in court. How embarrassing. And, you know, the way that they spoke about Karen, it's very clear to me that they are out for blood, that they are willing to do anything just to get that woman behind bars because they do not want truth to come out. And the truth is, in my opinion, a fellow officer killed John O'Keefe. And there's more than enough evidence to support that. And there's not enough evidence to support that Karen intentionally mowed over her boyfriend. It would be plausible if you said she accidentally did in the snow. Okay, give her a manslaughter by accident, an accidental manslaughter charge. Okay. But to charge this woman with murder and say that she intentionally did this when there's there's hair all over him, there's more evidence. I'm just basics. Because we covered this like a year ago, and I told y'all that this was she was going to be going to trial, and here's the trial. So I want to cover this because it goes to show that things are not always what they seem. And it goes to show that the government and law enforcement has a lot more reach and power than most people could ever fathom. I understand that most people want to think that when order is just and the court system is just, but I'm here to tell you that this is human nature. This is a problem about human nature. People have free will. Wherever people have free will, you're going to have people that are evil, people that are self-motivated, people that are manipulative, people that will lie in court, people that will falsify paperwork and document and get on the stand and falsify statements. That's human nature. That's the evil of the world. And so I understand that most people think that these things don't happen. You can't be framed. It's 2025. People don't go to jail for shit they didn't do. Well, it happened to me just 4 months ago, and y'all saw it. It happens every day. And poor Miss Karen, I feel bad that she got stuck with that name, and I feel horrible for her loss, and I can't imagine That interview with her, I might, when I get off, listen, we're about to go to the Dollar Tree. I'm getting sidetracked. I was about to say, I'm going to post some clips of it. She is so articulate. She is spot on. It's her only TV interview that she's done for the 2 trials that she's been in. She's been through 2 trials now. This is the second one. And we don't know what's going to happen. I really hope that they dismiss these charges and find her not guilty, because double jeopardy will come into play in that case. The last trial ended in a mistrial, so double jeopardy doesn't apply. Yeah. It's crazy, man. I hope that the officer, John O'Keefe's friend that he went to go hang out with that night, he is charged, because there is more evidence to support that. Those dog bites and marks on his arms. I told you guys last year, I said, y'all, look at this. And I showed y'all the pictures. I said, this did not come. They were trying to say that it came from like a broken tail light or something. No, there's no way. That looks like an animal attack. His whole arm had all of these gashes and cuts and dog scratches. I mean, you can clearly see that that did not come from a broken tail light. Even the medical examiner said John O'Keefe's body did not appear to be in a car accident. It looked like a physical altercation. All of the evidence was to his face and head and hands, defense wounds and shit. It's really crazy that this woman was charged. He was not hit by a car, per the medical examiner. He was in an altercation of some sort. That is what the autopsy found and said. So the fact that she was even charged is baffling in itself. It's like, what is your case? Her statement under duress, under stress, when she found the love of her life in the snow dead? You're really going to use this woman's statement? I mean, that's all you guys have. That's all you have. Broken tail light. Let's talk about that, because that's another thing that's come to light. So they said that they knew that Karen mowed over her boyfriend because she had a broken tail. However, there is new evidence, allegedly, police station to do the search on her car. So, when Karen found her boyfriend in the snow, she called 911. The cops come, and Karen is standing out there hysterical. She's saying that, that's a lie. Anyone caught lying will be blocked. Do not retract messages and do not lie. Those things will get you blocked over here. I understand that YouTube they let everybody run wild, but we adults over here, so keep it respectful. So anyways, her car was towed to a bay at the police station. The cops said that her taillight was broken. So that's why they took her car. Because she said, oh God, did I hit him? I could have hit him. Did I do this? Because she dropped him off, and then she finds him in the snow the next morning when picking him up. So she's thinking that she accidentally backed into him when she dropped him off. Very logical. But those statements are what put her in jail. So there is evidence to support that those cops actually hit her when they towed her car to the police station, and there's video to support that, or the lack thereof. That's right, there's missing police footage from inside of the police station when they searched Karen Reed's car, and also collected evidence from the car to support their case that she mowed over John O'Keefe. This surveillance footage is doctored, missing parts. That's interesting. So we know the cops hate her because they're pissed, out for blood. We know that those are dog marks, allegedly, and bites. We know that John O'Keefe had dog fur on him. We know that the autopsy did not match a car accident. It actually matched a brutal beating. What am I missing? Oh, and then the surveillance footage is doctored by the police department, allegedly. So anytime y'all want to, like, I don't know, ride it down to handle this, I'm down. Because I am out for blood when it comes to things like this. Because this happened to me. I was charged with crimes that I did not commit. And I was framed. I was absolutely framed. And it pisses me off. Like, poor woman. That poor woman. Y'all don't understand psychologically. Some of y'all, if you've ever been charged with crimes you didn't do, you don't understand psychologically what that does to a person. Some people come back from that. They lose their mind completely. Like, it's enough to send you into a mental state of psychosis and you never come back. It's a miracle I'm even semi-stable, you know? And I can only imagine how Karen feels. Once again, I relate because she's losing the love of her life. My daughter was the love of my life, you know? So, to the most precious thing, a loved one, your child, the love of your life, a family member, and then to be framed for doing something to them is one of the most hurtful, it's the most hurtful thing that I've ever been through. And I think about on a daily basis what my daughter is going to think when she is told these. Is she going to think her mommy didn't love her? Is she going to think that she wasn't a good child and mommy punished her? I don't fucking know. I know that it fucks kids up in the head. And it's a blatant lie that's going to harm her. And it's harmed me tremendously to the point I can't even find a damn job. So, I guess that social worker was right when she said the only thing that I'd ever be doing was Little did she know, I was stripping to support my child so I didn't have to ask DSS and social services for food stamps and housing. At least she was fed in a loving home with no abuse, no drug problems. Really shitty. So I relate to Karen in more than one ways. And this is why I'm fired up of this, because I think about going further, what this means for her. Regardless if she's acquitted of these charges or not, she's a shit stain on society. She's going to have half the world thinking that she's with murdering her boyfriend, and the other half, you know, will have her back, and y'all her back. But, like, I don't think that people realize when people go through the legal system, even if they're found innocent, they still have issues from that shit. It ain't easy to just act like you wasn't charged with crimes you didn't do. And Lord forbid if you get something on your record, it's over for you. It's over for you. It's just crazy that they did that to this woman. It's evil. It's evil. Anyways, we're going to go here. I don't like my makeup this morning. It's just, I'm just going to leave it alone. We're going to the beach to pick up trash and stuff. So, it's not like I need to be perfect for picking up trash. I'm wondering if I want to... I've been giving my eyelashes a break. This damn hair, y'all. I'm going to do just one coat. My eyelashes started falling out from all that hair up north. Ain't that crazy? Shit. Oh. I'm having a time. Oh, I got it all under my eyes. Where is... Yeah, I think that John and his friend got into a fight after a night of drinking, and I think, you know, oh, I forgot another piece of evidence. The biggest piece of evidence I forgot. Y'all. So investigators pulled data from the Wi-Fi and the other officer's cell phone and discovered that from inside the house, somebody was Googling how long it would take for someone to die from hypothermia outside in the cold. The only other person in that house was John O'Keefe's best friend, the other officer who had the canine dog. I'm sorry. That question has never even crossed my mind in my entire life, how long it would take somebody to die from, like, you know, frostbite doors. Why would someone Google that? Remember, there was feet of snow on the ground. Remember, it was freezing outside. This is upstate, like, Boston area. Massachusetts, I do believe. So it's cold. It's wintertime. They had all been out drinking, carrying him off. And somebody, in the wee hours after Karen had dropped John O'Keefe off, in the wee morning hours, somebody Googled how long it would take a body to die in snow from inside of the house. And we know John died outside in the snow. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't John Googling, you know? I just think that, It's crazy they charged this poor woman. But I'm here to tell you this shit happens every day. The only difference between me and Karen is that Karen had a little bit of money, okay? That's it, you know? I mean, she's definitely smarter than me. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying we are all, you know, the same, you know? We all deserve to have basic human rights. We all deserve to be treated the same with respect, regardless. But, yeah. Shit's wild. I mean, at this point, after that mistrial, I said, why are they retrying her? I said, this is crazy. Why are they not looking at the officer? At this point, I recognize that they are just digging their toes in deeper just to try to save face. Like, it's a pride thing. Like, we're not admit we were wrong. We're not going to admit the police department was wrong. We're not going to admit that our officers might have planted evidence, allegedly. You know, they're just digging their toes in. Like, they're out for revenge against Karen because it ended in a mistrial, and getting all of this evidence that was suppressed in the first trial revealed in the second trial. So now they're really out for blood. And honestly, I hope she is around people that are protecting her, because them motherfuckers are crazy. John O'Keefe was killed by a fellow officer, in my opinion. And then they got your police force concocting stories, planting evidence, lying, and they done framed this poor woman. And they got pissed off that it didn't work the first time. So this time, all of those text messages from the officers that we heard on the stand, you can hear that on the Law and Crime Network. I think there's like a 10-minute video. You can hear what the officers were saying about Karen Reed. It's disgusting. Men like that have no place in police work. Oh, and just know, though, most of them are like that. I said most. I sure did. All them cases we see. What am I looking for? I guess nothing. I'm just digging in the damn bag. I was really looking hard, too. I was trying to phone talk. That shit ain't easy. Oh, God. Hey, y'all. It's so crazy because what if she wouldn't have had money? She'd be in prison for the rest of her life for something she didn't do. Hey, Trisha. Thank you. My rubies. Listen, I'm going to wash this bag, and when my ruby in the mail, I'm going to carry this around with me. Everybody's going to be like, what's that? I'm like, it's my rubies from YouTube. I wish. It's so cute, though. It's a cute cup. It reminds me of The Sims when they had the diamonds above their heads. Good morning, Trisha. David, not the stripping. I honestly think that's a great question. And I do not know how to say your name. The apology of for listen, Tuck. Why is that the most country name of all of those words? And that's the only one I know, Tuck. I grew up in a family of Tucks. I got a cousin named Buck and a cousin named, I'm not even lying, I swear. So that's funny. That's a great question. Why was she set up? I don't think that they intended to set her up. I think that it was a freak accident. I think John O'Keefe got back to a friend's house. Something happened. They had words, got in an argument, got in a physical altercation. The dog got involved, which is why we see John O'Keefe's entire arm. Those pictures are those wounds are very deep. You can tell from the pictures that it's very deep. And here, I'll just pull a picture up. We are going to clean up the beach. I've been trying to wait for it to get a little bit warmer because it's chilly. I think that it was a freak accident. They just got in an argument, and the only thing that they could do was say that Karen backed over him. I mean, I don't think that they set out to frame her. I think that that one officer, his power in the police force was enough to manipulate the scenario. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, because he's a police officer too, he can be that bird on the investigator's shoulders, like, this is what happened, this is, and like, you know, he can kind of direct the scene of the investigation or the suspects in the investigation by the information that he gives his partners, and which, by the way, that's a conflict of interest. Anytime we're talking about a criminal investigation like this, anybody that was part of the original crime scene is not supposed to be part of the investigation. So I can already tell through these guys' text messages that there was a lot of corruption. I mean, it's Boston. No offense, love you, Massachusetts, but y'all had the police force there have a history of corruption, just like New York, just like North Carolina, just like Florida. It happens everywhere. Los Angeles. Thank you again, Trisha. I don't think that they intended to up. I think that John and him got in a fight. He Googled how long it would take John to die outside. I think that John knew something on him. That's the real question. What would compel an officer to kill another officer? What the fuck did John know about that officer? What set that fight off that John was killed? That's my question. What did John know that led to his death? Because this was no basic altercation. Let me pull the picture, and I want to tell you what the autopsy said, because the medical examiner, now it's been a year since I talked about this. I'm getting chill bumps. It's been a year since I talked about this. But from what I can remember, the autopsy revealed that this man was brutally beaten in that house. So the crime scene is actually in the house, which the investigators never investigated. So the crime scene is gone now. The crime scene was deemed the yard because that's where John's body was found. But if Karen didn't run him over, which I believe that she did, there's no evidence to support that, not one shred. If she didn't run him over, then that means that he was actually killed in the house and dumped outside, which is what, if I'm not mistaken, the medical autopsy showed. So let me just get my facts straight. John autopsy. So he had abrasions to his right, and it's not just abrasions. I'm going to show you a picture. It's bad. He would have needed stitches or something. It's bad. So he had abrasions to his right arm, several lacerations to the face, 2 black eyes, skull fractures. I knew it. I remembered. He was brutally beat, you guys. The amount of pressure to fracture a skull. This was a grown man, okay? This wasn't a child. If it was a child, it'd be different. This is a grown man. The amount of force, violence to black both of his eyes, and he had brain bleeding. Somebody beat the hell out of him. And I have a feeling, because common sense, that it was the guy's house that he was in. Yes, Earl. She's going through her second trial. It just started this week. I think it was Monday it started. It could have been last week. So, during the first trial, coming to light during the second trial, that during the first trial, there was evidence that was suppressed by the defense, and the judge suppressed evidence, and all of that evidence is coming to light in the second trial. And so, there was a dog bite expert, that confirmed that these were dog bites and scratches. So that means that John did not die outside. That contradicts that contradicts the prosecution's entire case. Not to mention he had dog fur all over him. So I already knew this. I didn't need a lead expert to tell me that those were dog marks. I could tell that they're dog marks. Let me find the picture. John was brutally beat in that house, and it's my belief that he was beat by his best friend. Chill bumps. Makes it so sad. You tell me what you think this looks like. Here, let's see if I can get it up. Damn. Look at that. Doesn't that look exactly like dog marks? Like scratch marks, bite marks. Yeah. And the prosecution tried to say that it was where Karen hit him with a car. First of all, how did his eyes get black if he was just backed into? If he was simply backed into, his would be injured, not his upper body and his head. Do you get what I'm saying? So, scientifically speaking, they contradict themselves over and over and over. I was looking for, their whole case is blowing up right now, and I don't think that they set out with the intention of framing Karen Reed. I think that because this fellow officer, and let me find his name because I just saw it. Those are not car marks. That did not come from getting ran over by a car. And it looks, oh my God, I haven't seen this picture. Even the top is scratched. Holy fucking shit, I haven't seen this picture. Hold on. Get bigger. I haven't seen this picture. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What have I just stumbled upon? This looks so cool. Okay, hold on. Where's the picture? I want the picture. So these look like... How the fuck did they get pictures of the actual autopsy? You see on the top, there's even scratches. This is coming from some... Oh, this is from the R Justice for Karen Reed's website from Reddit. It looks like they have a page. The Pro Karen Reed Home of Champions for Her Innocence, which allows free analysts of a respectful discussion. It's got over 10,000 members. Let's talk about this because it says that she uploaded pictures of John O'Keefe's arms. And as you can see, there's no picture. Hold on. As you can see, he's scratched on the front and the back. And the entire arm is scratched and bit up. So, they're saying that this looks like dog attack wounds. Claw marks or scratches. Large dog often present as parallel linear laceration bite marks from a dog's usually appear. Y'all. This medical terminology, I can't read it. Looking for the picture. So there's other people putting pictures of their scratch marks, like dropping photos of their own scratch marks to compare them with from their dogs, from their canines. In this feed, there's people showing pictures of other dogs that came from their own personal pets, and they're very similar to John's, just not as deep and not as many. So, very interesting. It's called R Justice for Karen Reed, and that's READ. If you want to go check that out through Reddit. I still don't understand how they said this shit came from a car. And as I'm looking at that one of his upper chest, look at this one. You can see that they're even on the inside of his chest. They're even down his chest. Like, that is crazy, you guys. That did not come from a car, but I already knew this. It just really blows my mind. It really shocks me that she could even be charged once for this bullshit. It shocks me even more that they're digging their toes in. What I was going to say, though, is I don't think that they originally meant to set her up. I think that this guy, he swayed the investigation. And I think that the cops know that one of their own killed this guy now that the evidence is coming, that they know that they fucked up. But the cops never admit that they fuck up. They'll never, maybe here in Florida, I've seen a few Florida sheriffs go on the news and say, hey, we fucked up. Sorry about that. We shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have let that guy out of jail. I've seen it here in Florida, but it is very, very rare for a police department to come forward and say, hey, you know, we let this investigator get into our investigation and in our heads, and he misled us, and we went on, you know, we trusted him because he's an officer of the law. We didn't think he would lie to us. And, you know, they're not going to come forward and say, oh, God, poor Karen Reed. They're going to dig their toes deeper because they will never admit that they're wrong. And I don't think that the Boston Police Department initially set out to frame Karen Reed. I think that, I'm looking for the guy's name. Brian Albert. Yes, Brian Albert is the man's house that John O'Keefe was found outside of. That is the other officer who I'm alleging and believe that killed him. He had 2 black eyes, brain bleed, skull fracture. This is not from getting hit by a car. When you see someone getting hit by a car, they're going to be injured usually on the lower half of their body. And now that's, if we're talking about like, this can be several scenarios, and I'm talking about this scenario. He was standing, she allegedly backed over him and then that's what they're alleging. It don't even make sense. He has no inch to the bottom of his body. He was not hit by a car. He has dog bites, dog scratches. Y'all saw the pictures all over his body. I don't think that they intended to set her up. I think that they're just dumb. I think they're just dumb. It's an accident. And not only are they dumb, they're prideful. They're prideful. They're not humble. They'll never admit when they're wrong. They're like a narcissistic ex, honey. you're always in the wrong. And Lord forbid you try to point out any fault or fucking defend yourself. They'll just dig in deeper. And it's really crazy because in order for things to get better and for people to stop getting framed and people to stop going to jail for things they didn't do, there needs to be transparency there, and there's none. The police are bullies. They're bullies. They were my first bullies. You know what I mean? Like, they're bullies. And I don't think that they intended it to go this way. I don't think that they intentionally... Well, here's the... You want to get into conspiracy. What if John O'Keefe knew something about the whole police department? Then, yes, I do think that they could have set Karen up. Going back to what I said, why did Brian murder her? Like, what was the motive for this? Was it just they were drunk? I don't think so. This is a brutal beating. This was a brutal attack on O'Keefe. This took time. Those scratches took time, you know? What did John know? That's my concern. What the hell is going on in Boston? And what the hell did John O'Keefe know? Boston Police Department. In my opinion, the severity of this beating... Well, if we look at the evidence, he Googled how long it would take for a body to die. I don't know. I feel like a cop that intended to kill somebody would do better with just getting rid of the body. So going on that he left the body in his front yard, and, you know, how long it takes somebody to die from, I think, hypothermia. Maybe it was just... Maybe they were drunk, arguing, it got out of hand, and they got, I mean, you know, I don't know. I just feel like if they intended to kill him and did it intentionally to, you know, I feel like if they were going to intentionally kill him and frame Karen, they would have done it better than that. That's all I'm saying. So I don't think that they intentionally killed her, but I wonder what John knew to send Brian into a rage this severe. It's a crazy case. Crazy case. And she was actually charged with manslaughter with a motor vehicle leaving the scene of a deadly crash. Hold on. Allegedly, his wife Googled that. Not him. Why? That's even weirder. What the hell your wife got to do with all of this? Damn, is she in on it too? I mean, clearly, if she's the one that Googled it, why are you trying to figure out how to kill this man? I mean, here's the main thing. I think that this is the best point. How was he found? Dead in the snow from hypothermia. Where was this Google search done? In Brian Albert's house. Boom. Case solved. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. You know what I mean? That's it. That's the whole case right there. It's all the evidence. And it's circumstantial, the fact that they Googled that. But the fact is he ended up dead in the snow from hypothermia. Well, brain bleed too, but you know what I mean. So, you know, I just don't... It's like, none of the other shit even matters. That's really the only thing that matters to me. That's the prosecution's... That should have been the prosecution's case against the damn Alberts, apparently. That palm tree is massive. Yeah, they all are. Let's go to the Dollar Tree to get trash. I'm running my mouth about this because it's a great case. I mean, and it goes to show there's a lot of people that really think that this woman murdered her husband or her boyfriend. And I'm here to tell you, you'd be surprised at how many people are innocent in prison. And for the justice, I love law and order. I respect our police officers. I respect our military. I see the point of government. But there's no denying that the systems, all of those systems, are completely broken down. So, you know, yeah, broken down. It's a double-edged sword for me. It's like, I respect you and I want y'all to help society, but you motherfuckers are corrupt. Y'all the criminals. Like, you just as bad. Hey girl, how's your lunch? What you eating? Panera sounds good right now. Panda Express, too. in innovation. She's smart. I heard her talk in that TV interview. I said, wow, I was not expecting that. And it's because the prosecution has like bashed her and made her sound like this horrible drunkard that wanted to fight all the damn time. Listen, people go through shit. Hey, people go through shit. How dare you judge somebody for maybe living their life? Who are you? Who are you? Little baby, duh baby. I used to love that song. Who are you? That little white boy. If you know, so funny. Anyways, but like they tried to make her sound like she was trash, like she was a nobody. Like, and it's still wrong, but I wasn't expecting to hear her, like I did. Hold on one second, I gotta turn off the Wi-Fi. Very intellectually inclined, but she was a good speaker. She got straight to the point, and she said some real shit, and that just made me feel even worse. Y'all know I've been talking about this case for a while because it disturbs me. It really does, because I can understand somewhat what she's going through right now. First of all, she's probably broke as hell because she didn't spend all her money damn defending her damn self. Probably struggling like a mofo. I mean, and like I said, she probably ain't even grieved over the loss of John. Imagine losing the person you love the most on this earth. Your one and only. The thing you love the most. And then you get framed for murdering or harming that person. And you never see him again. It's a triple fucking edged sword. What am I talking about? It's literally the worst thing that a human can ever go through, in my opinion. To be framed for a crime of a loved one and never get to see that loved one again. You lost them. Yeah, sure, my daughter's alive, but Karen's husband's not. And that's the point. I don't care if it's me or you or Susan up the damn stream. I don't care. It's not right. The government's reach and the way that the police are corrupt nowadays. I used to think that things were getting better. Y'all, a year ago, I thought that society was getting better. What is wrong with me? The more people, the more corruption, because that's the more free will. So, no, things are not getting better in society. Do I think that, I could help? Yeah, but these types of things, they just get worse and worse and worse with time. They really do. Was that my GPS or yours? Not mine. I ain't got one on this morning. I know where I'm at today. I'm thinking that we're just gonna run in here. We're gonna grab. I was gonna go wash my butt and waste $5. And I changed my mind. I said, I can't do that. Why would I do that? And then I'm gonna be dirty after I pick up trash. I don't think, oh God, is that another stalker? It is. Y'all, it's just like, I could not wake up and live my life like that. Anyways, how's your lunch, Andrea? What you getting for lunch? Do you pack a lunch? I used to love packing a lunch. It actually makes me feel happy to pack a lunch. I save money. It feels like wholesome. And you feel better after you eat something from home too, rather than eating out. So I need trash bags, and they got all the Valentine's stuff day out. Y'all know what I mean. Let's check out the bow section, the hair pretties. Although those are cute. I won't wear them, but cute. Check out. Really bad. And this is really bad. And this is really runny. Yeah. Oh. I'm so indecisive on this cheap stuff sometimes. I'm just gonna get the damn wash. Is that a body scrub? Oh, English. 30 gallons. This is 6 bags, but those don't tie up. But these tie up. I think I want the ones that tie up. And I need gloves. I can't find those like other gloves that I had. I had some that were... Let me see what they got. Try that. Damn, I better not get a violation for that freaking music, y'all. Y'all, I'm gonna go and focus because I can't think while I'm on live. I'm gonna go, like, I can't even think. I've realized think because I'm on live. So there was no music playing, and then I walk in here and they cut fucking music on. Do you see that shit? That's the shit I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go before I get aggravated. I'm gonna meet up with y'all at the beach. I gotta go use the bathroom. I got to get all this stuff paid for, and then we'll meet up. I hope you enjoy your lunch, Andrea. I'm gonna try to get some cleaning done today. And y'all be safe out there, and we will talk in a little while. I'm probably losing service too, so then there's that.